Now that your direct report has finished the worksheet for themselves, your next step is to work through it together to refine your answers so that you can get to an agreement on the soul of the role. In this activity, we're going to show you how to do it. Start by asking them to bring their responses to the worksheet to your next one-on-one. To start the conversation in that meeting, ask them how the activity was for them to complete. Was it difficult? Was it easy? Were there specific parts of it that they found more challenging than others? Once you've gotten into the conversation and you've had a chance to talk about the process overall, you're going to go through the questions one by one. It might take 30 seconds to review one of the questions if you're really truly aligned, or it might take an hour, and you might have to do it over multiple one-on-ones to come back and really clarify what is the answer that makes sense for the role, for the team, and for this person. It doesn't matter how long it takes, the process is what matters. Give them space to explain their responses, and take the time to explain yours. Taking time to compare your answers, particularly where your responses differ, is a good thing. That's how you create alignment. Rather than you directing and insisting that you're aligned on a certain thing, it's important to talk about where you're not aligned today, to make it a conversation. You're there in a mindset of curiosity to understand how they see the role today, even if, especially, it's different than how you want them to see it, because that's how you're going to build a bridge to creating the alignment that you need to move forward. It doesn't matter right now if the things that you hear back, if their responses to the question are wrong or off base or even confusing. That's not what matters. What matters is that you started a conversation and you've learned how to draw out the misalignment that's there today so that you can start to close it. After you've both shared your responses to a question, you're going to start to work on drafting an agreement, an answer to each of the questions that you both agree on. It's a new way that you're going to agree to define the role. It's not going to change the vast majority of what that person does day to day, but it's going to change how they go about it and the conversations that the two of you have over time and in your one-on-ones. So once you have those answers, capture it on a worksheet and move on to the next question. There's really only one thing that I need you to do as you go through this process. Keep a mindset of curiosity. I want you to ask questions. I want you to resist the temptation to direct the conversation. And I want you to suspend, as best you can, your belief that you already know the answers. Remember, as you're listening to their responses, to ask questions and ask open-ended questions. Right? That's how you demonstrate that you're interested in the process, that you don't just want them to repeat your answers. So open-ended questions like, hey, I'm curious, why did you say that? I wouldn't have answered it in exactly that way, and I think our answers might be similar, but tell me more about why you described it that way. The only mistake that you can make at this stage is falling into the trap of having a one-sided conversation where you've made them feel, whether it's overtly or not, that they have to agree with you in order to get to alignment. Your goal is to come to an agreement, to a soul of the role that's based in mutual understanding and respect. Now that you have a draft agreement on the soul of the role with this direct report, now you're set up to have a conversation that's more full, that's more interesting, and that will be more personally meaningful about what's in that soul of the role document, where they're excelling today, and where are the places where there may be growth and development opportunities that they can step into. We'll cover how to do that and how to sustain your alignment in the next video.